Hi, everyone. If you can hear us, we are just about to get started in just a couple of minutes. We're giving a couple minutes for everybody to get in, get, situated from their virtual spaces, and then we'll start talking about our exciting items.
Do you love that sound of people joining?
A little thrill every time. All right, I think we can get started. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Great. Welcome, everyone. I am Allison, and this is Jen, and we are here to welcome you to our May Merriment webinar, where we're going to present a small selection of our holiday offerings to help get you in that seasonal spirit. We know that you're starting to think about your Q4 and holiday features. Some of you may already have, you know, merely determined those for this year. So we want to make sure we point out a few highlights of some exciting items that are either in stock or available as pre-order and that are going to really round out your selection.
Well, with holiday planning, I feel like with the cheese board is really where you can be the most expressive. Most people find comfort in the traditions of family recipes, and there's really maybe not much variation from year to year on what is actually served on the table. But the cheese board, what comes before the meal, what comes after the meal, is where you can really experiment, try new things, maybe, bring people into some travels you might have taken. So we have picked, we have some, highlights from our catalog here today. We have actually had a blast putting this together for everybody. And we have some like brand new items that will be launching and or have just launched really in the past month. So lots in store. Do you want to start with Oktoberfest?
Absolutely. It's the next, proximal one. So we would love to present here. This is Margot. So this is an Italian cow's milk cheese from Piemonte. It comes from Pierluigi Rosso, and it's made with the milk of Biellese cows. And then the cheese is washed with ale and has that incorporated into the paste as well. And what that does is give a really bright beer flavor. It is very beer forward, but it's like a clean, crisp, freshly poured, crispy ale as opposed to, sort of a more cooked kind of beer flavor. And it's, just a really pleasant, soft texture, similar to a Tomo Piemontese.
This is just one of the selections from our catalog that incorporate beer. So again, you can visit our catalog or contact a sales rep if you really want to take a dive into beer cheeses for Oktoberfest, which is actually in September, no?
Yes, because of yes, months. We can get into the details of the Gregorian calendar, but I think that will have to wait for a different webinar. Along the lines of these beer cheeses, we have some other cheeses that are incorporating some festive beverages. And one here that's looking just absolutely gorgeous today is Negroni, which is modeled after my favorite winter cocktail.
Yeah, so Negroni is made by the Morrow family. This is actually the innovation of Giovanni, Sergio Morrow's son, who has really become active in cheese making and is very, as the apple has not fallen far from the tree. He is just he has creative energy and is always coming up with new ideas. So this cheese has a sweet red vermouth, a bitter liqueur, and is covered on the top with candied oranges. It is spectacular to look at, it is delicious, and is a perfect way to end a meal. Let's see, where shall we go
Well,
next?
I do want to see if can we point out here how it's presenting on the cheese board that you made, which is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It looks like a slice of cake. And it actually holds up really nicely to being cut as well. So, um, beautiful sweet flavor enhanced by those
Creamy mouthfeel.
super creamy, almost candy sweet with that pungency from the blue that is so delightful. But it presents really beautifully. And Jen put together this cheese board with our favorites, which, um, you know, we're all salivating over in here right now. So um, I wish you were all here to partake of it with us. And that just reminds me that if you are looking for samples of any of these products, please reach out to your rep. We can put together a box with some selections that meet your needs, based on the specific items that you might be interested in. Um, Negroni is available as a pre-order. We do stock it in Q4, but not in any great quantities. So if this is something that you'd like to feature, talk to your sales rep and we'll go ahead and get that booked for you so that it's arriving at the time that you would like it to be there, and that we ensure that we have the product for you. Um, Another set of pre-order cheeses that are going to be great for the holidays are our Moser cheeses, which we have over here. Those are some wonderful soft ripened cheeses. There's today here on the board, we just have the Screamer, which is the classic triple cream, and the Moser Truffle Mini, which is split and filled with a truffle cream, and is tasting amazing. Um, those are available as part of our Swiss Air program. So if you want to do a pre-order for those, you can time it to arrive exactly when you need. We were playing around with it a little bit and we made a brie croûte using the Screamer. And then we also added with that a little bit of the pumpkin jam and some of our candied caramelized pecans.
So we just cut the Screamer in half and we spooned the pumpkin jam and chopped up some caramelized pecans, hit it with that, a little bit more pumpkin jam, topped off with the other half, and then wrapped it up in the puff pastry. Just to talk about the jams really quickly, the pumpkin jam we searched for a very long time for a pumpkin jam that really had a vivid pumpkin flavor and wasn't overly spiced. And this one comes from Portugal, from Barabacia, and it actually has no spice in it at all. It is just this vivid, uh, forward flavor of the pumpkin. And then next to it is the apple and chestnut jam that is also, this one does have a little bit of spice in it, but these are both really amazing accoutrements for cheese during the fall season, and are just great to do something like a brie en croûte. We haven't we made some smaller pieces on the side to try, because we haven't broken into the pastry yet, but it is delicious together with the pastry, and the triple cream is just absolutely pairs terrific with the fruity flavor of the pumpkin jam.
Right. And since that pumpkin flavor is so bright and fresh, it really like enhances that super creamy cheese. There's just enough acidity to really balance it out while still having a little earthiness to it. We had some fun with that, and also made some little scrappy snacks for everybody too with the leftover pieces of puff pastry.
Yeah, it
Um,
was a lot of fun. So what's next? Do you
well,
want a pan forte? Or no, we still have some cheese to talk
we
about.
still have some cheeses to talk about. Yes. Where were we?
I think we have gotten all the way to the oveja añejo.
Oveja añejo, yes.
Great. So this comes from the producers Los Cameros, who are in the Rioja region. And this is one of my favorite producers. I've been lucky enough to visit the producer as well. So it is just nestled right in the heart of wine country. And they are actually quite unusual in that they aren't producing wine, and they are producing cheese. They're a bit of a unicorn that way. But the cheese is actually what makes all of that wine so extraordinary. That terroir really shines through in the cheeses that they produce. And this is one of their special cheeses that they produce. So this comes from just a single herd of sheep, and it is aged longer than they age some of their most of their other cheeses. So this is aged a full year, and while it's aging, it's rubbed with olive oil, and that process really brings out a beautiful natural rind, and also flavors, herbaceous flavors, a little bit of even smokiness, subtle smokiness, gorgeous cheese, and absolutely suitable for holiday separations. And it's right here on our cheese board.
And it's giving that beautiful sheep's milk sweatiness of
Yeah,
coming through.
it's starting to weep its butter fat. I have to say it's a little bit warm here in the studio today. So what do we have next?
Well, let's talk about some other holiday specific items. I would love to hear you wax poetic on Panforte.
Oh, Panforte. So I this is Christmas in your mouth. I can't describe it almost in any other way. This is a sister to our fruit and nut cakes that reside from Spain that everybody probably has every day. But this is, very holiday. It comes from Italy, from Siena. It's very traditional around the holidays. So this is dense dried fruit, also with warm spices, nuts, and then is the top is finished with powdered sugar. We have two different flavors. The margarita is the classic flavor that is just that is that bite of Christmas. And then we also have the chocolate that is covered in chocolate. They're both absolutely fantastic, and they're wrapped in this gorgeous paper, which makes them feel like a gift. They're perfect for a gift. The weight of the paper is really high quality, and so they're the perfect thing to bring to a hostess or teachers, stuff like that. But they're absolutely delicious, and the perfect, again, along with the Negroni, would be the perfect bite, along with an after dinner.
Yes, I love that. And I love that they're so perfect for gifting. Similarly to that, I want to point out the Parmigiano Reggiano wedges that we have here. Now, we've talked about these in previous webinars if you've participated in as part of our new fixed weight wedge line. But I love that they give you the opportunity to offer a really special Parmigiano with a premium packaging that you can use to fill out your case. As your regular cheese, or you can enhance your offerings with some different designations. We have the Montagna, the Sola di Bruna, and we also have a 36-month as well as our classic 24-month. And I just want to, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, pop open one of these.
Yeah, the quality of the paper, if you haven't had or seen a sample of this in person, please contact your sales rep and they can send you a sample so you can actually feel the quality. A lot of you are familiar with our Parmigiano Reggiano, and the quality of the cheese is, you're familiar with that. But the paper, we've really tried to carry the quality of the cheese all the way through in the packaging design. So the feel of the paper is substantial, and the interior of the paper talks about the sourcing of the cheese. And this is a great opportunity, as Allison mentioned, to do some of the more elevated Parmigiano that you wouldn't do in other parts of the year. Cross merchandising, again, this is something great as a gift with a bottle of wine. Perfect for the holidays.
We actually have a new product, or an enhancement of a product that I think falls right in that same category, and that is our pesetas.
Yeah, so I'm thrilled about this sort of relaunch of the pesetas. So this, our launch just happened, relaunch of this product just happened in May. And we have the original flavors of the fig and nut. And then, the fig and the nut and the date and the nut. And then we've added two new flavors, coconut and coffee. The coffee is absolutely perfect. I absolutely love it, both after dinner and in the afternoon when I need a little pick me up. It certainly hits the spot too. But the packaging has been updated to match our chocolate covered fruits, like our Choco Egos, our Orange Delights, our Choco Cherries. So it's the same packaging. So you can fit these into your merchandising plan. Again, these are perfect gift items, but they're also great to incorporate on cheese boards. Another way I like to eat them is to take our fresh sheep's milk cheese called Woolly Woolly and smear it across the date and nut variety, and it is absolutely hits the spot.
If you weren't feeling hungry before, I hope that you are now. Fantastic. The coconut is my favorite. You were saying that the panforte is like Christmas in your mouth. To me, the coconut is like vacation in my mouth. And I think we could all use a little more of that.
Yeah, that's what you need in the afternoon too.
So we've got some really great gifting items here. Great for cheese boards, as you were saying, with the pesetas. And along that, I want to say our new trio of the mini jams is something that I'm really excited about. It gives you a nice assortment that is in a lovely, cute little package here that's great for gifting. But these are the perfect size to put on a cheese board, and without having the commitment of necessarily a big jar. You get 3 varieties within there of really tasty Spanish jams that are going to make some wonderful pairings.
Yeah, I think it works really well when people have multiple cheeses, but when you don't want to have just one accoutrement, this is an easy way of really adding variety to the accoutrements and not just the cheese. The packaging is really awesome and super cheerful as well. Let's jump over to Spritsalona.
Yes, Spritsalona. Fun to say, fun to eat, bit of a mess.
Fun to say, a little messy to eat.
Pretty addictive. Spritsalona is a traditional cookie cake item.
It's a cookie.
It's a cookie. Yeah. It's a crumb cookie. It's a cookie made out of crumbs and nuts and pressed together.
And butter.
And lots of butter.
It's mainly butter. It's butter with some other stuff in it.
Almonds and chocolate.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But super, a beautiful snack. You can just break them into pieces. You can use it to top ice cream or as kind of the foundation for a dessert. We were talking about mite crema, and I actually like to make like a whipped mite crema with some sugar and yogurt and spread that on spritzalona. It's a nice,
That sounds
like a
delicious.
you know, it's a great combo. We know how to snack, Jen. One thing about us is we will find the perfect bite.
Well, I'm glad that we have the chocolate out too, because I normally the traditional flavor is definitely a favorite of mine, but we asked to put a spin on it, and they created a chocolate variety for us as well. So if you normally maybe stock the traditional Spritzelona, maybe trying the chocolate version of the holidays is a way to to get people to think a little bit further with dessert and snacking. So let's see.
Well, I want to make sure that we don't forget our newest accompaniment, which is the sparkling wine jelly.
Yeah, so we found this actually in September. We went to visit Paula, who is our producer of Mostardas, Amarena cherry compote, the strawberry balsamic compote. She is similar to Sergio Moro. Her brain is very active. She's super creative. And we went to visit her facility, and she always makes us this beautiful lunch and incorporates all of her mostardas and compotes into everything that we're eating. And she served us this sparkling jelly that she had created last year to celebrate. It was part of the meal when her son got married. So this was something special that she made for her son's wedding celebration. And we tried it, and everybody's faces just lit up the second it hit our palate. It absolutely just explodes with Prosecco in your mouth. So the sparkling wine that is in the jelly is Prosecco, which is comes from the Veneto region. The jelly is made in Mantova, but I'm super excited for this product because it is going to be brilliant paired with things like the Screamer with truffle. It's going to be terrific if you're eating Parmigiano Montagna.
I was thinking the Bieler Gruyere would be really delicious.
That sounds great. I think it would be, amazing with some of Sergio Moro's other blue cheeses. So it's really a versatile condiment that you can, use throughout your entertaining, but it really just has this blast of, if you could actually take a bite of Prosecco, this is, I think, what it would be.
Well, and when you scoop it out, it seems like it would be very firm and gelatinous, but the minute it hits your palate, it is like having a sip. It like melts immediately, and it was so wonderful. I think we'll probably get a lot of requests for samples for that.
Yeah.
We are getting a little tight on time, and I want to make sure that we leave some time for questions. But I just want to point out a couple other things that are here. We know that holidays is a prime season for truffle items, so we have our truffle Marcona almonds here on the plate. That was my pregame snack, and the hazelnut cookies. These are an Italian hazelnut biscotti, super addictive.
Similar to Spritzelona, these are almost the ingredient, the hazelnut is very high in the ingredient list. So it is
30% hazelnut.
30% hazelnut. So it is just really almost like taking a bite of nuts with butter incorporated into the absolutely exquisite product.
Fantastic. And of course, our Valencianos crackers are here. But I want to open up the floor in case anyone has any questions that they'd like to ask about while we still have a few minutes left. So, no questions? All right. Well, just to reiterate, if you're interested in specific products or, just a general recap of what we have here, please go ahead and reach out to your rep, and we'll, put together a list for you and figure out, everything that needs to be done logistically and help you get some of these products set up for your holiday assortments. If you want them sooner than that, that's also possible. But, and then of course, please take a look at our overall catalog, especially on our website. You'll be able to see a lot of the things that we offer. There are tons of really amazing holiday items that, we just simply couldn't fit everything in here.
I also want to mention our YouTube channel, which we have been accumulating a huge library of content that is really inspirational as far as how to incorporate these products into recipes and pairings. And this is something that we have been devoting a lot of energy to. Please utilize this tool for inspiration. Share it even with your customers so they can continue to be inspired. And that is Forever Cheese at YouTube.
Yep. And it sounds like we have one question now.
Yes. What are the Mitica crackers in the blue, orange, and green box?
What are the Mitica crackers in the blue, orange, and green boxes? So these are our Valencianos crackers. These are an artisan cracker from Spain, and they are made with olive oil. And we have some of them here. Super snappy, a little bit tender because of that olive oil that's in there. They're great, maybe with a little bit of the Lady Edison ham. Or, as a cheese pairing, super versatile. We have sea salt, sunflower, and rosemary varieties, and those are in stock and ready to order. All right, well, if you're looking for some more information just to review on your own, there is a PowerPoint that was sent out that you can check out. Please let us know if you have any more questions, and, happy holidays in May going into June.
Thanks, everybody. It was a lot of fun. We hope you enjoyed it.
We will be eating all of these things now.
Diabetic coma can start now.